This is Laura Barrera with Your Main Concern, and you're listening to The Opportunity Project. It's my mission to help people understand the dynamics of opportunities, most specifically, how we can attract the best opportunities into our lives. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the first few episodes of The Opportunity Project. This is a little different than the first 3 episodes where I had a guest and I was basically just interviewing them. You didn't really get to know me. And that's important for me as well that you do, because I would like to share this time and space with you. And every once in a while, I will have an interview, and every once in a while, I'll be back with some lessons, some valuable information that you can take and do something with so that you can move forward with me. So now that I'm 3 episodes into my first season with the Opportunity Project, I thought it might be a good idea to kind of level set and explain to you what the Opportunity Project is and why it's important to me. As I started to think through my company branding and what I wanted my business to represent, it just always came back to others. My company name is Your Main Concern LLC. Your main concern, for one simple reason. What I do is always about my client's agenda. Whether you're joining me to learn a new skill or I'm coaching you to achieve greater performance in your life, it's all the same. It's all about what you want and what you need to be better. So whatever your concern is, that's what we'll focus on. I provide people with tools and frameworks for their thinking that will help them solve their problems. And when I think about what is the positive outcome of solving our problems, it's the opportunity that lies within that problem. And that's where the Opportunity Project comes from. It's a way to bring to you some of the most valued lessons that I've learned in life through my own learning, through my own interactions with other wonderful people who have taught me through their own examples of perseverance and overcoming obstacles. And I want to share what I know has worked for me, and I've seen it work for other people. And I want to bring that message forward because I want everybody to have that opportunity. If you can learn from other people's examples, other people's lessons, then you can save yourself a lifetime of agony, or at least months, if not years, of agony. Follow in somebody's footsteps. If not mine, then pick a mentor, find somebody. The answers aren't in the world around you until you find them within yourself. You have to go inside. You have to start with you. And then the world you're looking at is going to change literally, just like Wayne Dyer said it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now, there have been so many things in my life that have brought me to where I am today. There are 2 today that I want to share with you. And the first thing I want to talk about is authenticity and living an authentic life. In talking to you about authenticity, I'm really going to be showing you a level of vulnerability because it's extremely personal. And while the details aren't necessary, and I'll skip over most of them, what you need to know about me is that nearly 20 years ago, over a period of 5 to 6 years, was a time in my life when I was living in a very inauthentic way. And there are 2 reasons why I was living an inauthentic life. The first reason is because I didn't know myself. You can't live an authentic life until you know yourself. You have to know who you are, what you want, what you need, how you react, how you need to be loved, how you want to love others. You need to understand yourself. And I didn't understand myself. I didn't know myself at all. And the second reason I was living an inauthentic life is because once I started to grow a little bit and learn a little bit about myself, I realized that I was extremely out of place in the life that I had been living. And it was overwhelming me to comprehend what that would mean, that I was in a place and a time and with people who weren't getting the best out of me because I couldn't be my best. I had to get extremely uncomfortable before I could grow into a better person. Ideally, my surroundings and the people around me would have kind of adapted with me as I grew, but that didn't happen, at least not entirely. The people around us aren't necessarily going to want us to grow because that makes them uncomfortable. We have to push through anyway, because if we can't be ourselves, then who are we? Who can we be? And what are the people around us getting out of us? I wasn't equipped at that time in my life to deal with the feelings that I was experiencing. I let go of a lot of things that just weren't right for me, even though I didn't know exactly what was right for me. I was still figuring it out, but what I did know, I could take action on, and I knew that I had to change. I started all over, mostly from scratch. And I promised myself at that time that I would live an authentic life from there on out. No longer would I be lying to myself about who I am and what I want, and no more lying to others to get around difficult situations. What you see is what you get. The people around me are going to get the best me, the most authentic me, because it's all out there. I live it, I wear it on my sleeve. What you see is what you get. So, what are some of these things that I was able to leverage to grow myself, to build myself up into someone who could transform my life? There are quite a few tools that I have, and I have written a digital e-guide, which you can download from my website. It's totally free, the 5 invitations to opportunity. And from those 5 simple steps, they're together, they make an introduction into getting to know yourself, realizing where you are in life today, thinking about all the possibilities that lie ahead for you, and thinking about taking action to get there. It's a really fine way to look at your life as a whole picture and not just one section of your life or another. Start with my 5 invitations to opportunity. You can download it for free on my website, yourmainconcern.com. Go to resources and go to downloadables, and you can find it there. There's one other area that I want to talk about that's made a big impact in my life, and that is the idea of empathy. When we think of empathy, we tend to think about our ability to get into somebody else's shoes and feel what they're feeling in order to build compassion. And that's perfectly fine. That is what empathy is. I want to introduce this concept that I am empathic. And what that means is that for me, empathy is it's a double-edged sword. It allows me to love deeply, but it also allows me to hurt deeply. It's really easy for people to open up to me. It's this really weird phenomenon. I literally have people tell me, I don't know why I'm telling you these things. And I just smile and nod because I know why they're telling me these things, because it's like it's out there that I'm open to it. And that's great. I mean, I like being that person. Don't get me wrong. It's part of what I do as a coach. However, when I am around people who are emotionally charged in a negative way, it adversely affects my mood to the point where it can be debilitating to me. I can literally be stopped in my tracks by the energy in a room, by the energy from particular people, and I internalize it. Now, I have done some work to alleviate some of that for myself because I don't want to be debilitated by other people's drama. I have my own drama. It's debilitating enough. One of the things that I began to realize is that throughout my lifetime, I had sort of adopted some of the fears of my family, if you will, without getting too personal, my family. I know my family loves me, but without truly understanding how I am, it became this thing where I was taking on the fears of the people around me and living out the rules by which they would live in order to avoid the things that scared them or made them uncomfortable. In order to keep them in their comfort zone, they lived a certain way. And I started to realize that, hey, I'm not really afraid of that. And yet I had started to behave as though I was. And once I realized that that was happening to me, that I was doing this, I could take action then, and I have taken action to remedy that and to say, hey, it's okay for me to think the way I want to think. It's okay for me to feel the way I want to feel. And it's okay for me to be who I'm meant to be. I'm not going to be like everyone else. And I don't want to be like everyone else. And I want to help you find your uniqueness if you haven't already found it, because there's just nothing greater than truly knowing who you are and what you're here for. Before I let you go, there's one more resource that I just want to share with you today. This one's a really important one. This book is by John Maxwell, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. This has become my favorite John Maxwell book. It's a great book for anyone to take a look at, to start working through. It's my favorite book to read when I need to work on myself, and it's my favorite book to teach to help others grow themselves. I have on my website, if you look at the What's New tab, a little window is going to pop up and you can click Learn More. It will take you to a page where I have some on-demand learning courses from John Maxwell, from the John Maxwell team. And this course is out there. You could take this course all by yourself at your convenience, any time of day when it's right for you. You tap into the course and you do it on your own time frame. This has been the most invaluable resource, whether it's a life problem, a relationship problem, whether it's a career problem, a direction problem, don't know where you're going, you need help, you can find it in here. Because what you're going to find in here, you're going to find in here. And that's the beauty of it. This book can be read by so many different people, and they interpret it differently based on where they are in their life and where they want to go. So it's like coaching in a book. It truly is. It's like coaching in a book. And I'm giving away my resources by telling you this, because you could go and do this course without me. But you could also go and do this course and have coaching with me. So no matter what you do, if you're looking for ways to grow, my 5 invitations to opportunity, my free e-guide, which you can download under resources, downloads on my website, or you can go and take this class with John Maxwell himself. And you can do that through the What's New link on my website as well. So there are a few things. And whether you're ready to move into action today or not, I would just ask you, why not? Why not today? What are you waiting for? I've talked a lot about understanding yourself today. That's a theme. It should stick with us as we go forward. And next time, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to talk about understanding others. Because once we've started to understand ourselves, things are going to start to get a little different. And the people around us are going to start to seem like they're not cooperating with us. I've been there. I know this. And the next step will be to understand the people around us, the people we want to get along with, the people we love and want to be around, and also the people who frustrate us and just make us want to run away from things. I can help with that too. And that's what I'll bring to you next week, in my lesson, which I'm just so excited about. It's one of my favorite topics. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you've learned just a little bit about me and what I'm passionate about and how I'd really just like to hang out with you. So I hope you'll stick around, check in once in a while, check out the podcast, check out my resources, um, drop me a line, feel free, post on my YouTube channel, post on my Facebook group. It's called Your Main Concerns, my Facebook business page. I just look forward to hearing from you and watching you grow, hearing that it's all good. Bye for now.